As of my last update in September 2021, several governments around the world had been implementing various environment-friendly practices to address environmental concerns and promote sustainability. Please note that specific practices may have evolved or changed since then. Here are some common environment-friendly practices taken by governments. Renewable energy promotion. Governments have been supporting the development and adoption of renewable energy sources like solar, wind, hydro, and geothermal power. Incentives, subsidies, and regulatory policies have been put in place to encourage the transition away from fossil fuels. Green infrastructure initiatives. Many governments have invested in green infrastructure projects such as public transportation systems, bike lanes, green spaces, and urban forestry to reduce emissions, enhance air quality, and promote sustainable urban development. Energy efficiency programs. Governments have introduced energy efficiency standards and labeling programs for appliances, buildings, and vehicles to encourage energy-saving practices and reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Waste management and recycling. Governments have implemented waste management and recycling programs to reduce landfill waste, promote recycling, and incentivize responsible waste disposal practices. Emission reduction targets. Several countries have set greenhouse gas reduction targets to combat climate change. These targets are often part of international agreements like the Paris Agreement. Protected areas and conservation. Governments establish and expand protected areas, national parks, and wildlife reserves to conserve biodiversity and natural ecosystems. Climate change adaptation plans. Governments have developed strategies to adapt to the effects of climate change, such as rising sea levels, extreme weather events, and changing agricultural conditions. Carbon pricing. Some governments have introduced carbon pricing mechanisms, like carbon taxes or cap-and-trade systems, to put a price on carbon emissions and encourage businesses to reduce their carbon footprint. Sustainable agriculture and forestry. Governments promote sustainable agricultural practices and responsible forest management to reduce deforestation, soil degradation, and loss of biodiversity. Environmental education and awareness. Governments invest in environmental education and awareness campaigns to inform the public about environmental issues and encourage individual actions towards sustainability. Green building standards. Many countries have adopted green building codes and certifications to encourage eco-friendly construction practices and energy-efficient buildings. Reforestation and afforestation initiatives. Governments support tree planting programs to increase forest cover and sequester carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. These are just some examples of the environment-friendly practices taken by governments worldwide. Each country may have its own unique approach and set of initiatives based on its environmental challenges and priorities. To get the most current and accurate information, it's essential to refer to the latest sources and updates from relevant government websites or official publications.